In the words of Kiran Majumdar Shaw, I really believe that entrepreneurship is about being able to face failure, manage failures, and succeed after failing. A productive and warm morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to extend a cheerful welcome to you all at the panel discussion on gender equality through women entrepreneurships, organized by Maharishi Markandeshwar Institute of Management, a premier institute ranked second by CSR with recognition Outstanding B School of Excellence 2021 in association with ICCR. To say we are all thrilled to see you all join in for this need of the hour discussion would be an understatement. Here's a hearty welcome, big and warm to encompass you all. Oprah once quoted, "On my own, I will just create. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, I'll create something else. I don't have any limitations on what I think I could do or be." Let me take you all through a quick voyage of this galaxy of institute that Maharishi Markandeshwar deemed to be University Mulana is. Accredited by NAC as grade A++ university, MMDU has built its goodwill as the best university of North India with a rich legacy of excellence in research, innovation, and skill development. MMDU incorporates the best of both the worlds by presenting a synergy of curricula from both the UGC model of education and the leading schools from around the world. Quality education is always research oriented and exposure driven, which is what makes MMGU the leader in cross country studies in every possible field. Let us go through a quick video.
पापा
हम्म?
ये थोड़ा मेरी तरफ से।
ओ बेटा बाप को पैसे दे रहा है।
अरे नहीं पापा, इट्स जस्ट अ थैंक्स।
किस बात का?
वो आपने कहा था ना, कहाँ पढ़ना है वो फैसला बड़ा होता है। जिंदगी के 4 साल का सवाल नहीं, सवाल पूरी जिंदगी का है।
Maharishi Markandeshwar deems to be University Mulana Ambala, preparing you for the real world.
We are blessed beyond measure to have with us our honorable keynote guests, Miss Anju Ranjan, Miss Reema Bhandari, Mrs. Maninder Sachdeva, Miss Shikha Shah, Miss Ranjana Mehta, and our respected program coordinators, faculty members, and all associated with MMDU family, and a special gratitude for the idea brewer, a philanthropist, a visionary who has been striving for such enlightening causes and bringing this discussion to reality, Sri Tarsem Gargji, Chancellor MMDU. We are all indeed privileged to have you all come together and join hands for this burning topic and spread the word among the public on gender equality through women entrepreneurships, especially on this amazing occasion of International Women's Day. Wishing each woman out there more power to good wishes to triumphantly achieving all that they desire for and make each day a celebratory Women's Day. Moving forward, I take this opportunity to formally introduce the backbone behind this webinar, our very own program coordinator, Dr. Sunena Kurana. Dr. Sunena Kurana, a highly celebrated professional and a master of her own trades, comes with a proven track record and is a result-oriented professional. Ma'am has been directing the Department of Management at MMDU Mulana, dealing in service marketing, consumer behavior, advertising and sales management, retail management, and marketing research with 17 plus years of academic excellence and with 17 plus years of academic experience and 3 plus years of industry experience. Ms. Khurana has written 55 research papers for various ABCD, SCI, Scopus, and UGC listed referred national and international journals, etc. And the list just goes endless. I now request ma'am to deliver the welcome address. Ma'am, please.
Very good morning to all of you present here on this panel. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes. Very good morning to all Ranjana ma'am, Reema ma'am, Maninder ma'am, and I am all my dear students, faculty members, staff of this university. It's a great opportunity for us to all of you have on this platform. And we are organizing this event on the eve of our International Women's Day. And this is a very privilege to us to discuss the important things which are new in the market and new in the industry also. As in this year, the UNO has given a topic on International Women Day, that is through gender equality for the sustainable tomorrow. But we have changed or modified this topic, and we have added the women entrepreneurship to this, because for a sustainable tomorrow, we need a the women should be empowered. They should get a good entrepreneurship, or they should get a good right and empowerment. And through that, we can create a gender equality. So that's why we have modified or corrected this title, and we planned this panel discussion on this platform. So we are so delighted to have this great personality among us on this platform. So I heartily welcome you all, and we will discuss a few important things, and through which the staff member, students of this university definitely will get a few insights. So thank you all. Thank you, Mahima.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Let us now collect the fruits of knowledge from our very own eminent speakers who've joined us today and made time from their packed schedules and have kindly consented to preside over this panel discussion. Let me quickly introduce you all with all the five speakers of the panel discussion. First up, we have Miss Anju Ranjan, a Canadian community leader with a multi-dimensional profile. Ma'am is an extremely passionate, resourceful, and result-driven program leading, offering 10 plus years of experience administering grant allocation, engaging marginalized populations, and developing and advancing programs for leading nonprofits. Recognized as an energetic relationship builder who gains the trust and respect of key decision makers, Ms. Ranjan is an articulate and transparent communicator who delivers captivating presentations, cultivates strategic partnerships, and fosters open communication to create a workplace culture based on inclusivity and collaboration. Thank you for joining in, ma'am. Next up, we have Ms. Reema Bhandari, a seasoned litigator and mediator with more than 25 plus years of experience in litigation and over a decade's experience in mediation. Associated with mediation since its inception in India in the year 2007 as an alternate dispute mechanism, Ms. Bhandari has successfully settled over more than 1,000 disputes through mediation, and as a trainer, she has been conducting mediation training programs for advocates under the aegis of MCPC. Ma'am has also been conducting training programs amongst educational institutions and otherwise on cyber laws for the judiciary, police, advocates, and students in various states in India. Thank you for joining in, ma'am. We also have with us Mrs. Maninder Sachdeva, retired admin officer personnel from CBI headquarters, New Delhi, with exemplary 39 years of service. Ma'am has been associated with prime organizations like CBI, UPSC, Ministry of Culture, DVB, Ministry of Agriculture, Wapcos India Limited, etc. And post-retirement, Ms. Sachdeva her groomed herself as a master trainer in government rules and regulations and various soft skills verticals. Ma'am is a resource person for ISTM New Delhi, NISTD, DDA, AUD Delhi, Nagaland Police Academy Kohima, Department of Customs, NIA, Guru Nanak Dev University Amritsar, and DAV College Chandigarh, to name a few. Thank you for joining in, ma'am. Next up, we have with us Ms. Shikha Shaw, founder of Scrap Shala, one of its kind upcycling companies of India, based in Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. Scrap Shala recently got aired on national television Sony TV on the entrepreneurship show Shark Tank India. Ms. Shaw was working in IIT Madras and Reliance Foundation till the year 2015. She is an environmental science postgraduate from Terry University, New Delhi, who has been actively involved in social activities like education of underprivileged children throughout her education. She is a firm believer of gender equality and wishes to bring reforms at policy level for the same. Thank you for joining in, ma'am. I think we'll get ma'am on air very shortly. And lastly, we have with us Ms. Ranjana Mehta, country head, brand ambassador, and a proud alumnus of the University of New Haven, USA. After 3 decades of an illustrious corporate career, Miss Mehta is now an influential international education leader, passionately involved in bridging cultures, communities, students, and the University of New Haven. A dynamic, accomplished leader and an entrepreneur in her first career, Ma'am has successfully built and scaled businesses, achieving multiplier growth in healthcare and life services sciences domain with leading global IT service organizations like TCS and Wipro. She has the distinction of successfully setting up new businesses, global centers of delivery excellence, turning around acquired business amongst others, and is also an active chairperson at CII IWN Maharashtra. Thank you so much for joining in, ladies. It is an absolute pleasure. Trust me, I couldn't be more happier not to have been moderating and hosting the session. And a very, very happy International Women's Day to each one of you. I'm sure towards the end of the discussion, every woman out there is going to be motivated and empowered by the conversation that we have today. So our key emphasis of the panel discussion would be gender equality through women entrepreneurships. We will have a short, quick question answers round, and through that, we'll get to know more about the topic. So my first question out here is: in developing countries like India, discrimination still exists for project led by women, especially when it comes to financing. They think that women can't play the number game at all. So, do you all agree with this? I would first want Miss Maninder to give her viewpoints on this one. Ma'am, please.
Yeah, before I proceed further, what I feel is, first of all, let me say behind every good event like this, it's behind every successful event like this, a gorgeous woman like Dr. Sunena should be there. And that before I start, let us give her and her good team a big hand for her, and then I'll proceed further. Yeah. Uh, Effortlessly they are doing it. I'm really proud of Sunaina and this girl. Yeah. And then what I feel, what I have seen from my experience, I think I forgot to tell you that I work for underprivileged women in Noida and underprivileged children in Noida. After my retirement, if I go deep into that, that will make a lot of time. But what I felt practically, somehow we underestimate ourselves. We don't value ourselves. So before we look into those big questions like that, I should say दूसरों की जय से पहले अपनी जय करें. So I will light a diya for ourselves today to say, and that all women should lit a diya when they go back home and say दूसरों की जय से पहले अपनी जय करें. I will lit a diya here.
That is just so beautiful. I'm sure everybody out there would like to give you a digital applause. Amazing.
Yeah. We forget that we don't value ourselves. So go home and light a diya for yourself. Now I will go to the question. Yes, I was going through the research carried out in the Hindustan Times last week only. I saw that the same question, that we lag behind just because हम औरत हैं. They say इनके लिए काफी नहीं है ये सब, ये नहीं कर सकेंगी. I was traveling someday and then said somebody was traveling ahead of me and said, oh, ये तो lady है ना, miss. If miss is driving, they will do some misadventure. So this misnomer in our heads, that really distracts the whole economy. Yeah. And I was talking to this my host here. I was telling her that when I talk about this investment and employment and the finances, I have a woman force of 2,500. But if I say इनका account खोल दो, नहीं, उनका ये लेके आओ, उनका वो लेके आओ, I've been rushing like that, and then it's very difficult to introduce to the banks also. Yes, this woman has a capability to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think that
and
was really
and and and,
insightful.
and I can add to it that the women folk is not the New Delhi India. It's the whole India. It's a rural India that has been neglected from the figures, the datas, the surveys. I think somebody can proceed. Yeah.
Definitely. I think very beautifully quoted, and I love the energy when you lit that diya out there. I think the ignition and the light that has spread from your end is actually going to light everybody's life. That was a really beautiful gesture, ma'am. So, ma'am Bhandari, I would like to ask you the same question. What are your viewpoints on this, ma'am?
So first of all, I would like to say thanks to both of you who have not only organized such a beautiful event, but also given me an opportunity to, be a part of this event and hear Melinda ma'am, and I would definitely hear Anju ma'am and Ranga ji. And definitely we have not only have speakers, I think what I've understood from the introduction you have given, that we have actual entrepreneurs with us in this particular program who are actually working hands-on. I am not an entrepreneur, that's why I'm a professional more. But here we have two entrepreneurs who are working day and night. They can definitely, I can also learn so much from them. So first of all, good morning to everyone and thanks for inviting me for this program. Now coming to your question, I would like to say finance is something for men and women. Definitely, it's a global channel for all the entrepreneurs. But more so, for female, it is much more than a man is required to do. And the reason for that being is one that people feel that the women they cannot handle finances, they cannot handle businesses, so they do not want to invest their money because they feel that their money will be at risk. So I would say that is one of the reasons they do not want to invest when a woman is coming out with some new, she's exploring something new. And second important reason which I have seen as a lawyer also, then in most of the cases, the women they are not having much property and things in their name. Our families also they are giving more money, more property to the men. So when it comes to raise funds, they need to have collateral. So they do not have much to offer. The bank, as when they see, especially even if I would say the women are better pay masters. They are more committed. They will pay their installments, on time than when. But still, when they go to the bank will ask for collateral which they do not have, and then just see the women, they will ask for more. The conditions will be more critical. I would say that more interest and more these things because they want to protect themselves because they feel that their money is at risk. So these are the two three reasons, and then definitely, there's a lack of education that at ground level, as Maninda ji must be facing these things because she's working hands on. So Maninda ji, I'm also in Noida. Anytime
Oh,
since my sister,
oh, दुनिया कितनी छोटी है ना? Oh
yeah,
my God.
so
Oh
it's
my God.
I can understand that these things
Come
do happen.
on.
So
I'm in
when I
51. I'm in 51, and my NGOs are spread all over Noida. About maybe 12 to 15 NGOs we are looking into. Yeah.
so ma'am, I will take your number from them later on and will connect with
Sure.
you. You can do something.
Sure.
See, ma'am, this
So,
platform is given an opportunity to connect two people who can do now this
yes.
more for the women. So, I
Yes.
hand of applause to them that they have, brought us here together.
Oh
So,
God.
This is
Sunaina. Sunaina, hands off to you and salutes to you. Come on.
thanks for energy.
This is just so amazing. I think that is what they say, one and one make 11. So the synergy that is going to happen when Ma'am Bhandari and Ma'am Sisdeva come together for a great cause,
Yeah.
I think that is going to be amazing. Definitely. So
So,
I
I
would now
hope
like to,
you are satisfied with the question which you asked.
yes, ma'am, definitely. Thank you so much. So I would now like to take this opportunity to introduce Miss Anju Ranjan again, since we got the opportunity to have ma'am now. So Miss Anju Ranjan, a Canadian community leader with a multi-dimensional profile, ma'am is an extremely passionate, resourceful, and result-driven program leader, offering 10 plus years of experience administering grant allocation, engaging marginalized populations, and developing and advancing programs for leading nonprofits. Recognized as an energetic relationship builder who gains the trust and respect of key decision makers, Ms. Ranjan is an articulate and transparent communicator who delivers captivating presentations, cultivates strategic partnerships, and fosters open communication to create a workplace culture based on inclusivity and collaboration. We are indeed honored to have you, ma'am. We all welcome you. Thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, ma'am. So, moving on to the next question, the ladies have very well answered that. The next question that we have is, what are your views on mompreneurs, the mom entrepreneurs that we have as a rising trend on creating a balance between motherhood and entrepreneurship? Isn't it incredible to see their rising numbers in every other family these days? So, I would like to ask Miss Metra to throw some light on this one.
Thank you, everyone, and thanks for having this. And I'm so happy to be all with all you beautiful, wonderful, excellent women out here. So a big round of applause to all of you, and for for the organizers for organizing this. So this is a good question. I would have liked to have said a few things on the financing part also. But
Yes.
I had access to some privileged education because 30 years back, where it was not common for women to go abroad for study, my parents sent me abroad 30 years back alone to the United States. And I then came back and joined TCS and Wipro. So I know even today, people are not so open to sending women abroad, and the men are more preferred. The boys are more preferred. Yesterday, I was doing a session with CII with Barkha Dutt for We the Women. And whether it was Falguni Nair or Navya Naveli or many entrepreneurs, they said the same thing that juggling women, for women entrepreneurs, is juggling home and family becomes very difficult. And one thing which Falguni Nair said very well, that why call them women entrepreneurs? They should be just entrepreneurs. And I think I like that. If there is womanhood, if there's some problem in the family, it's always the woman who has to take the burden. If an elder is ill, then a woman has to put her career on the back burner. Why? The man is not asked those questions. And though I come from a corporate world, my only niece, she's like my daughter. She is my daughter, and she's the co-founder and CEO of Epoch Elder Care. And at the age of 29, she became the CEO. And so I've seen that how she has juggled her work and life balance. When you're an entrepreneur, you cannot, it's 24 by 7. And people are judging you all the time. The financials look at you. If you're too young, they look at you. Oh, what idea is this? Is this something that we are going to put our money in? If you're too old, they're saying, oh, it's not something that we want to bet you on. So it's very important that women entrepreneurs go the whole hog. I would like to take this opportunity to talk about another woman entrepreneur who's just started something called Say Cheese, called Rajdeep Kaur, who left a 16 years of corporate career. And her mother was in hospital undergoing surgery for stage 3 cancer last week. And she, from the hospital, was doing all the calls and doing live events smilingly. I think that is what women are very good at, multitasking and doing everything. So I'll stop here for a second and let the others come in. But I think women, multitasking is the something which it comes very naturally to us. And I would also like to add that we are judged every time because of this unconscious double bind that we have. I was closing a multi-million dollar deal in the US a few years back. My husband was in the ICU. I stayed back one day to close the deal, and I know what flack I had to take at home from
Right.
others, not from my husband. Thank you.
Very beautifully
Mahima.
said, ma'am. And I think all the women out here are actually an example of being multitaskers. I mean, I'm sure even before this session, we had plenty of things to handle personally and professionally. But here we are with our beautiful, beautiful smiles, with not an ounce of the effort that it took to be here. So I think this is what is an actual showcase of the picture that yes, women are multitaskers, and given anything they can do, come what may. Definitely, very beautifully quoted, ma'am. So coming to Ma'am Ranjan, ma'am, what are your viewpoints on mom entrepreneurs and the rising trend?
First, I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to meet these amazing women. I just heard the story of Ranjana. I am mind blown. What you did, and I know a lot of entrepreneurs, men would have done it, and nobody would have given anything to them because it's their business, right? And men run their business. So I hats off to you. Hats off to women like you who put their careers first and then balance a family with it at the same time. Having said that, I'm very lucky I'm in Canada that way because Canada is an economy that is run on we call them mom and pop stores. 90% of the businesses in Canada are family businesses. They are run by moms and pops together. So in Canada, women actually don't face that kind of. I'm not saying they don't face it at all; they do, but not to the extent that we do in India. So it's easier. Like they have it easier. It is easier to get loans from the bank. It is easier to be an entrepreneur here. And because there are so many who already are, they have paved the way for the next crop. And like there's so many resources available which are not traditionally available back home. But then still, like when I come home and I meet my peers and I see my friends and my family doing so well, um, it's amazing. It's amazing. And women have always been the best. They should continue being the best and not take the back seat as they are told to. I will just give you a little bit of example. I started my career with Indian Express about 35 years ago in Chandigarh. And I was asked to do a special feature on women entrepreneurs in Chandigarh. I was given a list of 1,000 industries whom I could approach and find out how the women were doing. And would you believe me, when I did start approaching them one by one, out of 1,000, only two industries were actually run by women. Rest were all men using their wives' names. So
Very true.
that's the day my eyes was actually open to the fact that what happens in our country, men put in their wife's name, they get the special grant from the minister or whatever, and the women don't even know there is an industry in their name. And that's what was
Oh,
happening. Only two women were actually running that. So I felt so sad when I found that out. I met these two women; they were amazing two people, and ever since, like whether I was in India or in Canada, I made it a point to encourage women to do things for themselves and not depend. I'm not saying like put them out of your life, but not depend on the men in your life. You are very much capable, you can do it. And that's what I've seen women doing, and they can do it.
Definitely. Very beautifully quoted again. I think that's a vote of confidence and a tap on our own back that yes, we can do it. Even if we fall, we can do it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Beautifully said, ma'am. So let me take this opportunity to introduce Miss Shikha Shaw, who's just been added and on air. So, ma'am, Shikha Shah is the founder of Scrap Shala, one of its kind upcycling companies of India, based in Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. Scrapshala recently got aired on national television Sony TV on the entrepreneurship show Shark Tank India. And I must tell you, ma'am, that I loved your episode. I saw that and I was very excited when I got to know that you will be joining on air. So, ma'am Shaw was working in IIT Madras and Reliance Foundation till 2015. She is an environmental science postgraduate from Terry University, New Delhi, who has been actively involved in social activities like education of underprivileged children throughout her education. She's a firm believer of gender she's a firm believer of gender equality and wishes to bring reforms at policy level for the same. I think ma'am is facing some internet glitches, so probably we will get her on air very shortly. Moving on to the next question that we have. So, do you think there is a substantiate role of social media in building an enterprise for the modern women of today? Women these days are active on their social media and post content they engage in, right from pickle prepping to knitting and whatnot. So, do you think this will give them an edge in the stereotypical bubbles that many people still live in? So, anybody who'd like to answer this one?
yeah, I'm
Like,
there. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
please, please
no,
go
no, go
ahead.
ahead, Minda. I'll after you.
Yeah, it's very interesting to note down that even in film industry, I was reading a very interesting topic. A lot of times, my male counterparts get paid much more than me. And then she says, very famous actress, work is same, but then why she is paid less? And then it really feels bad. And then I was going through a research paper submitted recently. Indians don't think women are inferior, but still prefer men when it comes to employment. And there was another data that shows, very interesting to tell, that 84% to 86% women say, नहीं नहीं ये काम आदमियों का है ये हमारा नहीं है.
Hmm.
I have the data with me.
Right.
Wow, interesting.
Very, very truly and bluntly quoted, ma'am, because I myself have seen. I mean, if I talk about my maid, if she's coming home and if I, the house help, if I tell her that, auntie, let's do this and that, she'll be like, "No, this is not something that is supposed to be my thing. Ye tere uncle karenge." And when I
Oh,
question her,
come on.
she
Uh,
doesn't have the answer.
Yes,
So that
very true. Yeah, I call myself because I'm into social education. Like you were telling, mom entrepreneurs. I call myself as edu entrepreneur. Edu
right.
entrepreneur, right? You know why? You see, I'm into that. During the Corona period, Rima, I really faced so much, tough times feeding those children. Employment gone. What to do? I gave every girl a sewing machine and every boy a bicycle, and then we proceeded. We could save those families. And then, yes, there's a Gurdwara in Sector 18. Rima, you may be knowing. They
Going there.
spend lakhs of rupees on flower decoration on Guru Nanak Jayanti and others. Then I had a proposal in my mind. I think now Shikha Shah and Rima and myself, being Indian, present here, we can, since these two participants are not here at present, we three can take up this project. That the lacks of costing, flowers they throw away next in the nala. I have a project in my mind to make essence agarbatti from those flowers thrown away overnight.
Wow. Wow.
But when I went with the proposal in an organization, they saw my white hair. This from you? How can this be possible? How could you think of that? How can you do it? Okay, we will think over it. So, young and the white haired both have the issues like Ranjana was telling. Yeah.
Definitely.
True. True.
Very
Agree.
Very true. Very
So,
true.
Scrap Shala, please be with me on this project. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
ma'am.
what I'm saying. We have an actual entrepreneur with us who is
Right.
working hands-on, and she seems to be pretty young.
Yeah.
And it's good that I won't call, like I'm 50 plus. So, but if these kids are there, I think she's very young. So we can always, join together and do something. Your experience and her energy
Yes.
can do wonders, ma'am.
Yeah.
Please
Yes,
do it. And if you do it, I will support you full fledged from here. Women from
Thank you
Canada
so
will
much.
buy the products.
Thank you. Thank you
great.
so much.
So,
And
ma'am,
I'll
Reema,
also
please
say.
plan plaza visit with me to Varanasi. Someday we both will go together.
sure. Any day.
That is lovely. I think we have another entrepreneurship project coming right our way. In couple
So,
of
Mahima,
seconds, we
our
have it.
program
And
is
you
not
see, there are so many temples, there are so many gurudwaras throwing the flowers just overnight. There is a temple in Sector 37. They buy 1 quintal of what you call
Fresh
motia ka
flowers.
phool, motia ka phool, and then they throw the next day because the gods can't accept that.
Right.
wastage of money, ma'am.
Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely. Miss Shikha, can I be heard? Can we get to hear a little from you if your internet is stable?
Yes, yes. Can I be heard? Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
ma'am. A warm welcome to you. We've been looking forward to hear
Yeah.
from you.
I think I am in a bit low internet connectivity, so I am losing the video after every few minutes. I don't know if my voice is completely audible.
Ma'am, you're
Voice is all
completely
right.
You can
visible as
switch
well.
off
Great,
your
great.
video. Switch off your video. Yeah.
Oh,
Switch off the
okay.
video,
Let
then
me
it
have
will
it.
be.
Switch off your video. Your audio will be better.
Ranjana, you are right.
Miss Shikha, we could hear you and see you as well.
I think this probably this internet connectivity is not supporting the studio bandwidth which is required. So that's why the video is breaking.
Right. Ma'am, we were talking a lot about your startup Scrap Shala and how it was aired on Shark Tank
If
India.
I'm
And
audible, let's go ahead.
yes, please.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're audible. Go ahead.
I think there is a lag of the voice as well. By the time she's hearing it, I think there is a voice lag as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Time pause.
Yes, yes, yes. So, Ma'am Shah, would you like to share something about Scrap Shala?
Mahima, before she goes, please click the picture and send to all of us. this present picture.
Definitely, ma'am. This is already live, and it is being flashed on all the three channels that we have: LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. So we will
Please
have
share
the
the
record.
please share the
Definitely,
recordings. Thank you.
definitely.
And
I will.
this
Please do
particular
that.
moment picture, when all of us are present, please click the picture and
Yeah,
send to all.
please. Yeah.
Surely,
And Mahima,
surely,
can
ma'am.
you repeat your question? I think now it's fine. I missed your
Okay.
question.
Yes, ma'am.
Your voice was also cutting. Yeah.
Okay, so ma'am, we were all very excited to share with you that we all. I mean, I personally got to see your episode on Shark Tank India, and I loved the project that you are leading, Scrap Shala. The products that you have, I think they are amazing and beautiful. So, would you like to share something about how did you come up with this idea? I mean, you would definitely inspire the
Uh,
women out there
yeah.
to be entrepreneurs that young. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I'm Shikha and I'm born and brought up in Varanasi in a conservative Marwadi family. So my mother has always been very waste conscious. Whenever we used to have competitions in school or whenever we had any projects to do, or even if the kids in the colony used to have projects for the school, my mother used to teach them from waste. So, it's kind of genetic that we have that aesthetic sense and we have that consciousness of not throwing away things. So, when I was outside seeking my higher education and my job, my mother was alone at home. She has been a homemaker all her life. So, I wanted to start Scrapshala for her, where she already had that skill and aesthetic sense to make things out of waste, but she didn't have the courage to do it on her own. So sitting in IIT, I would tell her that, start doing this, start clicking pictures. And when I had to come back to Varanasi in 2016, then I helped mom. I thought I'll help her for 6 months and then I'll take my new job, or, I'll go back to IIT. But somehow things started flowing and I felt that, I need to help her a bit more. And then slowly it became our full-time venture. We didn't realize it, and that's how we started. So I'm not a designer by profession, neither is my mother. We just use our common sense and aesthetics to run this venture. And Uttar Pradesh, like many other states of India, is very rich in handicraft. We have pool of artisans who are unemployed, who have become rickshaw pullers, who have become, pan sellers and other odd jobs, because handicraft industry is no more flourishing. So we tried to combine waste management with the handicraft industry and create Snapshala. That's what we.
I think that is amazing.
Amazing. That's
And
awesome.
beautiful
Amazing.
what you guys are doing. Beautiful. And I mean, I am somebody your age, so Gen Z for sure. But then I am already getting inspired with what you've done. Probably one day I'll also do something of my own like that.
Thank
Very
you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Mahima, I'm a student again. I'm a student again, learning so much from all of them.
Yeah.
And Reema and myself, Shikha, we are going to knock your door someday.
Yes. Sounds
Definitely, ma'am. I would be most
So,
happy to do it.
already, yes,
Amazing.
yes.
So moving on to the next question. What is the role of community at large as a contributor to Women Entrepreneurs Clan? Does it really upscale it, or rather does it suppress it? I would like to ask Miss Mehta to throw some light on this one. Miss Ranjana, do we have you with us, or probably I think it's her network. So, Ma'am Bhandari, would you like to throw
Yeah.
some light on this one?
So,
Yes.
my answer would be it does both ways. You know, it upscales also. We can't totally neglect that the help of community we are getting. Only because of that, I think we are in a much better position in what we are few years back. When in 1991, the globalization, the privatization all came to India, definitely the situation was not that good for us. But now we are much so definitely the community helps, and there are various platforms. I'm connected on Facebook also where women are supporting women, and they are so they have if they're getting raw materials from somewhere which is at a cheaper, they're giving them the ideas. So there's a business tree, these kind of community things are happening, which is helping. Secondly, I would like to give here I would want to talk positive first. With the kind of support we are getting from our families, from our husband, I am able to do so many things only because my family is supporting me. So
Right.
there are so many women like me. So many are juggling also with the family, but some of them are having this support from the family also. So definitely things are changing, the mindsets are changing. My husband is a corporate lawyer. He gets up and makes a cup of tea for me, and he does these things. So it doesn't matter, Today he's having his own conference. I'm working here, but then I told him not to disturb. We are working from home. So this support we are getting from not only women but from the families. But yes, secondly, it has a negative thing also. So I always try to talk positive first. So negative thing I would like to say here is within the community, our culture, which is our traditions. They are like that where we, have our own stereotypes in our minds. That a female she can't do this. A female आपसे बचता ही नहीं है. These kind of remarks when we get to it, it demoralizes. It doesn't motivate us. So even if I want to do and there is these kind of remarks coming, my enthusiasm will definitely get impacted by these kind of things. So we have to not only juggle with them, but we have to, I think, have a fight within ourselves to how to handle these kind of things. So,
Correct.
like the other thing I have also seen in the community is that the safety point of view of female. That at times when you have to meet people, um, and you don't feel safe. As I give a call to somebody that I'm coming for a work, and if a guy calls thrice, then the men will think, oh, must be, she's willing to offer something more. One is these things are very much there. Then at times when you have to, as an entrepreneur, you have to handle labor, and if you're a leader sitting somewhere, people are not willing to, you're threatened. And then most of the time when I'm traveling, I'm coming off like very late. Like few days back, I have to catch a flight from Bangalore. It got late. So I reached there very late in the night, and somehow on that day, nobody was there to pick me up. So the safety kind of thing that and the Ola driver, he started talking nonsense on the way with me. So though I handled it, but as a nobody, we are human beings. You get scared also. So
Correct.
these are the things, the community we don't feel safe, especially in India, in Delhi. Crime is so much in our country. So these are the things which are having negative impact. But definitely there is because of that we can have Kiran Majumdar Shah, we can have Falguni, we can have so they are able to do because the community is helping them. So it has both ways. It's a mixed
Correct.
kind of yeah.
Very, very aptly put, ma'am. I think you've drawn a balance of the pros and cons. Like they say, a coin has a flip side to it. So if
Yes.
there are good parts to it, there are bad parts to it as well. We as women, we have to be very, very sure that we are far sighted, we are very strong, and we do not get affected. And if we do get affected, we know how to get our voices reached and how to raise our voices right in the moment. I mean,
Yes.
breaking those stereotypes, breaking those barriers, and voicing out right in the moment is something that can help today. I mean, gone are the days when we were in those four walls. We used to cry to ourselves and sleep over it, and things would dissolve. Today, women are unstoppable, and probably nobody can stop them. So very nicely put, ma'am.
See,
Miss
rather,
Ran-
I want to say
yes,
one more thing. Since we have people from international, community, Ma'am Anju and Ranjana, so there's one more thing which I am doing for women, and if these women can help, we can do help a lot of women in these kind of countries which are from India.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So, if
Sure.
I just 1 minute, it will help a lot of women there also. So, there are a lot of cases which are pending in Indian courts, which are mediating, in which the women, they are in India and the husbands are outside
Mm-hmm.
and do not come back. They are
Mm-hmm.
having other wives there in those
True.
countries, and these women they are suffering in India because they want these women to take care of their families. कि मेरी मम्मी का ध्यान तुम रखो, मेरे बच्चों का ध्यान तुम रखो. They are having enjoying their life. And if
Right.
the cases are filed against these guys, they don't even come to India because they get caught by the police. तो
Mm-hmm.
ना तो वो देने आते हैं,
hmm,
ना वो उनको छोड़ते हैं, ना वो ठीक से रखते हैं. So they are suffering here.
yeah,
So what
Correct.
is happening, Anju and Ranjana, I just want to say, because of this, I would say COVID time, हमने
Right.
online बहुत की. So what I'm doing is now is that online when they are not scared to join because
Mm-hmm.
करे जाने का डर नहीं है. So I am
Mm-hmm.
mediating a lot of matters and they join from Canada or wherever they are, and the females can join from here. And then we are trying कि उनका आपस में अब divorce ही करा दो, at least we can start a new life.
Three.
लेकिन ये
एक तरफ
very
को
good.
होना.
छोड़ तो करो उस वुमेन को. उन्होंने बेचारों को आपने फंसा के रख दिया ना इस साइड पे. So these are the things. Then they agree. Then we draft an agreement. It's been signed, sent to us, and the divorce we are getting it done even if they are not coming. their statements can get recorded online, and at times they are giving power of attorney to their brothers because
To
now if
finalize it.
then somebody can sign for you
Awesome.
also. I think
Hmm.
they are getting liberated actually from these kind of, and there are plenty of females who are suffering. So
Rima,
if
I would love to support you.
Yeah, I
I
would
would,
also love to support.
and just to let you know, I'm also a licensed family mediator. So
oh
I
let's
do.
do it, ma'am. Oh, I'm so lucky that you are here.
Yes, so I would love to work on this with you. And this was left out in my introduction. I am the founder of an organization called Women for Women Support Services.
Oh great.
90% of my members are women, but then we work on issues similar to what you are working on. And I was going to talk about it when we were talking about social media. My organization actually took birth on social media. Like, this is very, very interesting. Five women actually met on Facebook and just wanted to meet women. Like, we were getting bored by ourselves. We thought we should get together once in a while. So we met in a cafe, five of us. And from there, those five, our meetings became regular. And today we are 1,000 plus. We are a registered not for profit. And we are working on various issues that affect women.
And I think social media is
Yes, yes. Yes, we have a presence on Facebook. We have various other groups.
this is the best example.
Can you hear Reema?
No,
I'm
her voice is
uh,
cutting, but then
okay.
There's
Okay,
a
Mahima,
problem.
after
There's
the
a problem.
thing, can you send us all the coordinates of each one of us
yes,
so that we
yes,
can,
we would
yeah,
love to
so that,
coordinate with each other.
with an email. So we would like to be in touch.
Surely,
Yes.
I'll do so for sure.
And the link,
Rima, we are not able to hear you.
Like,
Rima, we can't
we
hear
can't
you.
hear you, Ma.
Yeah, yeah. I think my
Ma'am
voice
Reema, I
is.
think your internet is a little unstable. So maybe if you can get onto a better network, we can see
Yeah,
you
Rima,
saying something,
we
but
can't
your
hear
voice.
you. We can see your
We
sign,
can't hear
but
you.
then we can't hear you.
It's sign language.
Have the
but then
Wi-Fi
we
on.
know
Comes
you,
back,
it's full of
Mahima.
energy, and I know what you mean.
Correct.
That
Wonderful.
that's actually very true.
She
So
is
I
frozen
think
now.
the time doesn't allow us to have more questions. So I would like all the ladies to give their concluding remarks about this topic. So we begin with Ma'am
That,
Shikha Shah, if she's on a
Uh,
stable.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
That
think.
serious thing
Yes.
right
So
now. So
can you
all
just
this
repeat the topic once again, because I missed a lot of things.
Yes, ma'am, surely. So, ma'am, the discussion gender equality through women entrepreneurship. So, I would want you to give your concluding remarks about this topic.
There she is.
Definitely. So I have
am I
always
audible now?
believed.
Yes, you
yeah.
are.
Yeah.
So I
So
just
yeah,
want to complete that if we can do one thing, Mahima, we can create a
Yes,
group, WhatsApp group, which
right.
can be,
Lovely.
named
Yeah, yeah,
by
yeah.
you as a women celebration. So that we can, I think later on अगर ये इसमें बहुत काम किया तो उसी नाम से हम आगे बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं.
Let's do
Definitely, I
that.
Why,
think so.
Let's
Bilkul.
do that.
Bilkul. Let's do
Mahima,
that.
please click it now. Click the picture now. All of them are
Yeah,
smiling.
yeah.
Please click it now
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Just a
and
moment,
send
please.
and send.
Yes.
Oh, Shikha, Anju, you look awesome.
Thank
Done
you.
so.
I
Yes,
am.
ma'am.
I just woke up in the middle of the night and realized I have to join a session.
We must
Wonderful.
tell you, ma'am, we are very happy that we have
When
all the
when
blessings.
back in India, Anju and the other friend Ranjana, please let us meet sometime. Maybe
I'm
at
Definitely.
coming
Next
Mulana,
time
ahead
I
maybe
quite
at
often.
Mulana.
We'll all
Make
meet
it
up
a center point at Mulana. Maybe somewhere. Mulana will be
wherever
the best place here.
we
Yeah.
can do that.
Lovely. Yes, ma'am. So, can we have your concluding remarks,
Yes,
Miss
I
Shikha?
can
yeah.
do it.
Shikha is going
Okay.
first.
Yeah.
Shika, go ahead.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
yeah, as a young entrepreneur, and coming from a conservative Marwari family, where most women are housewives, I have very strongly experienced what financial independence can do to a woman's decision making power. Be it my mom, be it my cousins, be it myself. I feel gender equality has to be practiced from the house level, but for a woman to practice gender equality herself, first she has to become financially independent, because the kind of social mesh we have in India, breadwinners or earners are given more, more, I would say, uh, they are given more power in the house to make any decisions. So, moment a woman experiences a basic financial independence, everything changes. So yes, I would like to say, every girl, every woman, at some level should start thinking about it, and at college level, at school level, it has to be made mandatory, how a financial health of a person has to be understood, and how women can start exploring financial independence, and how they can look into the finance, even if they're coming from well-off families. Lot of women don't know what they have to do with their finance, where their money is, what papers they are signing. So that is very important. It is important for men as well, but right now, since we are talking about women, it is very, very important. And especially in the COVID time, we saw that people had unfortunate incidences in their families, and a lot of women didn't know, what property, what assets, what money their parents, their in-laws, or their husbands had, and it was a total mess. So I think it's high time that women are financially educated, and we don't feel ashamed to become financially independent. Thank you.
Lovely. I think that's a beautiful message that you've given to
Shikha, I
each
loved
woman.
it. I loved it.
Financial
Loved it.
literacy
Loved
is the key. And I think if we start teaching those young girls at that little age only about financial literacy, women today, when they get, I mean, I'm sure Ma'am Bhandari would agree to that, and otherwise everybody else would. When we have those cases wherein, like you said, they sign on to a paper which they do not even know what is that for. And especially in rural areas, if we have that financial
No,
literacy,
no, 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 no. Mahima, I'm talking about urban India.
Urban areas. I
Yeah. A friend of mine who's a director in this resort. Her husband was caught in a money laundering matter, and then when he was behind the bar, I asked, "क्या हुआ?" मुझे तो कुछ पता ही नहीं है क्या हुआ. So I swear मुझे कुछ पता नहीं है. Tell me, how can I help her?
yeah, very, very, again, a blunt reality which actually does exist. So I think the message here becomes very clear that financial literacy should be
It's
taught
very
to
important.
women right at the young age for them to not be a part of such, misconcluding activities in the later stage. Definitely, ma'am. Miss Ranjan, can we have your concluding remarks, please? Thank you, ma'am Shikha.
Yes, I am going to say something very simple and basic, and I don't know if everybody agrees, but I think we need to take the women out of the kitchen first. 90% of the focus of women is providing 4 meals a day, and she doesn't have any time left to think about herself, think about finances, or furthering her career or business at all. Like, if we can get her focus out of the kitchen. I'm not saying women shouldn't cook. If they love cooking, by all means. But if there is one like me who hates cooking, she shouldn't be forced to go into the kitchen. So,
I hate cooking
I
too.
don't go.
I think we
right?
have like one over
In my
I
life, I
don't
know
cook.
how to cook.
Yeah. So if I
I don't know
don't
how to
want to
cook.
cook, I shouldn't have to cook, right? So cooking shouldn't be the focus of a woman's being. And once we get their minds and souls out of the kitchen, they will be able to achieve so much more. They will be able to explore their full potential. So
Exactly.
that's what I wanted to add here.
I
I
think
agree
again
with Anju
beautiful.
here because
Yes.
आपका ना mentally ये नहीं होता कि अभी यहाँ क्या बनना है आप काम पे concentrate कर दो otherwise खाना क्या बनना है market से क्या
अगला मील कौन सा बनना है, फिर उसके बर्तन कर लो फिर. That's it.
I agree
I
with
think,
you.
yeah, that's again a very, very real message that Ma'am Ranjan has conveyed, that it is about using your core competencies to the fullest. If you aren't a great cook, please, it's okay for
Do
somebody
something
else to
else.
cook in your place. I mean, not
Absolutely.
stereotyping that, the lady only has to cook, somebody else can, probably somebody who's better and
Definitely.
can do it quicker. Instead, if you are good at, managing the house to yourselves, probably do
Yeah.
that. Put your core competencies to the fullest.
I'm a
Very
great driver.
Absolutely.
I would love to drive people around. I don't. So,
Same here.
again, yeah.
Can I add
I mean, look
something,
what we do,
Mahima,
right?
over here?
Yes,
Can I just
yes,
add,
ma'am.
because she said this, I think it's also how we raise daughters and sons. As a society,
true.
we have begun to
True.
raise our daughters like sons, but we need to have the courage to raise our sons like daughters. And I
I
know a
agree.
friend of mine who does that. And I think that is what we should change. And as Anju ma'am said very well, I don't cook because
Joanna, I think you
I
have to
don't like
unmute
cooking.
yourself.
And that was
Unmute.
one of the reasons I came back to India, because I could get all the help out here. I didn't want to cook. I like cleaning, that's fine, but cooking is something is not my forte. And secondly, it's not always the man has to be the breadwinner or being the my husband took a back seat because he wanted my career to go up front, and taking care of the elders. Even my mother, when she was sick in the hospital, he has taken when I was traveling globally all over. So I think, family support is also very important to do that.
True, true.
Thank you.
I agree.
आई थिंक अ ब्यूटीफुल मैसेज अगेन. आई मीन सिर्फ बेटियों को ही क्यों पढ़ाना है, लड़कों को भी तो पढ़ाया जा सकता है. आई मीन दे कैन ऑल्सो बी टॉट कि इफ यू हैव अ वाइफ, व्हाई कांट यू हेल्प हर इन द किचन, एंड फॉर दैट मैटर you would expect the same, that wife doing something for your mother, so probably you can also
Correct.
do an equivalent, right? So that gender bias and
Absolutely.
hashtag gender, inequality has to end, and it can actually start right from our houses. If we
Our own
take that
houses.
one
True.
little effort, probably
Absolutely.
that can only spread the word, spread the word out, definitely. Mrs. Maninder Sachdeva, can we have your concluding
यस
remarks?
यस. समुद्र समुद्र बहुत नमकीन है. समुद्र नमकीन है. इन सब की मीठी मीठी बूंदों से एक दिन समुद्र मीठा हो जाएगा. एंड
Wow.
और एक बात बोलना चाहूंगी. I think Dr. Nas has joined, and if
Yes.
you love my song, please give me a thumbs up. Okay. आप यूं ही अगर हमसे मिलते रहे, देखिए एक दिन संसार सुधर जाएगा.
Agreed.
आप
Agreed.
यूं ही अगर हमसे मिलते रहे. Thank you very much.
What a beautiful voice,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
And I
What
think
a
with that
beautiful ending.
beauty and melody in your voice, you've given a very, very strong message to everybody who's hearing. That was
Thank you.
indeed
Thank you very
beautiful.
much.
Please do
Miss,
help us with this WhatsApp group. Don't forget
definitely.
that. We would like to connect with each other.
Yeah, we like to
Definitely.
be connected with each other.
I
Yeah.
would
Okay.
definitely love to take the lead and promise you
I,
on
I
that.
want to add here, Mahima. Sorry for
Yes, ma'am.
interruption.
No,
Yeah,
ma'am,
thank
please.
you so much, Maninder ma'am, Anju ma'am, Ranjana ma'am, Reema ma'am. I would like to organize this event offline when the Anju ma'am
Oh,
will
wow.
Sure, sure,
Whenever.
sure, sure.
Let us know.
Oh,
let
You
me
are
know when you are coming to India so that we can organize this event offline. And I would
Yeah,
like to
yeah.
invite you, all of you, to MMDU campus.
We'll do that.
very
Yeah,
good.
We'll do
We'll,
that.
and we
we'll,
are
we'll
we
do
will
it.
be delighted to have you
Thank
all
you,
in
Dr.
our.
Kurana.
We'll
This
do
is
it.
just lovely.
Yeah, definitely, ma'am.
I think
Thank
this
you.
is an
Even
amazing thing that is going
even
to
prior
happen.
to that, even Sunaina, prior to that also, till they come, we can have a session.
Yes,
Yes,
why
ma'am,
not?
Yeah, yeah, we can have.
definitely.
I'm in India, I'm in Mumbai, so I
so
just
what we
travel a
can
Yeah,
do
lot.
is
So,
don't we
definitely,
can
ma'am. I will call you, all of you, in our campus, and we will be more delighted you. We are
Definitely.
delighted to meet you.
okay, sure,
Thank you,
Lovely.
sure,
ma'am.
That
sure,
is
sure,
lovely.
sure.
Ma'am Bhandari, can we have your concluding remarks and then we move towards the close of the session? Yes, ma'am.
okay. So my is everybody has said beautifully lot of things. I just want to say we are here to stay and rock. So
Yes.
we are definitely we have come long way from we know all our past and all. We are doing much better and we will do much better with the coming generation like you. So हमारा वो जो torch है बहुत अच्छे हाथ में है आगे. So no doubt about it.
Lovely. I think that's an
Thank
amazing vote of confidence that you've given to every female who's going to be, probably in your shoes where you ladies are leading the world like how. And we actually get inspired from you each very
And we
moment.
are here to support you.
Yes.
Lovely.
Yes.
We all are here to support you so that you can do much better than what we have done.
Yes.
Amazing. That is just so amazing. And I think the platform, I am connected with you via a screen, but if I could actually be in person and give you a handshake or a
We
hug,
would have
you
given
would
a hand
feel
out to each other.
be
We
transferred.
we will do that.
Yes,
Definitely a virtual hug to all of you. Lovely.
yes.
So, moving towards the end of the session, thank you so much, everybody, for your valuable inputs. I think these were such insightful pointers. As we move towards the last phase of this talk, I take this opportunity to formally introduce another pillar behind the webinar, our very own cultural head, Dr. Gorovra. Dr. Naz is the cultural coordinator, MMIM, with a proven track record of 15 plus years of academic excellence and has various publications in national and international journals, and her excellence in successful organization of departmental and university level events and programs are worth an experience. I would now like to request Dr. Naz to deliver the vote of thanks. Ma'am, please. Thank you, Mahima ma'am, for such kind words. First of all, a very good morning to all dignitaries. Honorable Miss Anju Ranjan, founder and board chair, Women for Women Support. Miss Reema Bhandari, dispute resolution consultant, advocate Supreme Court. Miss Maninder Sachdeva, retired administrative officer, CBI headquarters. Very, thank you so much, ma'am, for being with us, everybody. Miss Shikha Shah, founder, Scrap Shala. Miss Ranjan Metri, chairperson, CII, Indian Women Network, Maharashtra. Respected Dr. Sunena Kurana, director, Institute of Management. Once a great man said, feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. Today, I, Dr. Naz Guruvara, Cultural Coordinator, Institute of Management, regard this as an honor and privilege to extend vote of thanks on this occasion of International Women's Day celebrations. I would like to thank our honorable dignitaries for taking their precious time and consenting to be with us today. Your words have inspired us, and we immensely feel blessed with your presence today and gracing us with your kind words and informative knowledge. I extend my sincere thanks to all the faculty members, teaching and non teaching staff, the volunteers, students, and the cultural team of Institute of Management for their enormous support in making this event a grand success. I also express my sincere thanks and gratitude towards the training and placement team of MMDU, headed by Mr. Jitendra Sadana, for their support in executing the program successfully. Also, a heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Sunena Kurana, Director, Institute of Management, without her support, this program would not have been possible. So I feel blessed to listen to all of you, to be a part of this enormously great program, and I really look forward to get in touch with you, as ma'am already said that we would like to connect with you offline also and personally connect with all of you. So at the end, I would only like to say that we at MMIM hope that this year is filled with much happiness and success for each and every one of you, and we look forward to your ongoing contributions and achievements that help make the world a better place for all women across the globe. So, with these words, I end this session, and I really thank all of you for being with us today. Thank you all. Thank you to all lovely ladies present here. Thank you, Mahima ma'am. Thank you, Director ma'am.
Thank you for having
All
us.
Thank you, Dr. Naz, also for the kind words you have given. But we are actually grateful so that you have brought us together and we are able to do
Together,
think
yes.
I
ahead.
echo that.
Ma'am, we are blessed, in fact, to have all of
Yes,
all
it's
of you
about-
together, an opportunity to listen to all of you. Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Reema,
you.
I will Reema, can you share your number to me? Because I will, live case where a lady was
There is
seated
some,
on.
I think, network
Yeah,
issue. Am I audible to you, all of you?
Yes,
Yes,
add
ma'am.
me to
Yes,
the
yes.
chat.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
writing in the chat.
Mahima, please send me the number.
I will, ma'am. I will share the numbers with each one of you, and I'll take the lead to create a WhatsApp group. I think that will
Yeah,
be an empowering group with
That
a
will
lot
be
of
much better.
Thank
I've
you
immense
so
help.
much.
already
My,
chat box
For sure.
मैम आपको चाहिए तो मिल जाओगे उसमें बाकी वो
Mahima, I am sending you virtual hugs.
मैम it's a
Thank you
great
so much, ma'am.
collaboration.
Virtual hugs. Hug back to you.
Virtual hug.
So, thank you so much, Dr. Naz, for your kind words. I, Mahima Sindhi, would now like to conclude this purposeful and action packed discussion. We have with us almost 1,000 plus viewers who have been tuned since the commencement of this talk show. I, on behalf of the whole MMTU family, appreciate, acknowledge, and extend my gratitude to all the respected dignitaries, faculty members, and students, and each and every attendee who stayed tuned till the end. Trust me, this wouldn't have been possible without your zeal and support to make this discussion a reality. I request the attendees to share their feedback about this webinar in the chat window. We all would love to hear from you and know if we could drive home the point and make a lasting impact. Kindly note, e-certificates will be issued to the attendees who will fill the feedback come attendance form. Do not forget to fill the feedback form, which will be sent to you via WhatsApp or an email. And it has also been posted on all the social media networks. Make sure to fill it and grab your e-certificates. Do not forget to like, comment, and share and promote this productive talk for which we all have gathered today on every social media platform and spread the word among the masses like a wildfire. Educate others and uplift each one since we rise by lifting others. Hear out, you women entrepreneurs out there. Blaze new paths and don't allow yourself to be restricted by outdated traditions. Women are the largest untapped reservoir of talent in the world. Let yourself loose to be a part of a greater impact. We would now like to conclude this session on a high note with the hope in mind to boost and uplift each woman out there to believe in herself and shine bright like a diamond. Together we can, together we will. Officially signing off. Thank you so much, everybody. It was an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank,
Thank you.
thank you
Thank
all.
you. Yeah.
The link
Thank
of
you.
this program so that I can, post it on my page also on
Sure.
social media.
Yeah, please
I will do
send
that.
so we can post also.
That,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
can have more views
Ma'am,
from
I
our
will
side.
create a WhatsApp group of all the dignitaries present here, and I will share all the photographs, links to that WhatsApp group.
And
That,
if
Perfect.
you
Thank
can
you.
tag
Perfect.
us in your social
Thank you,
media,
Sunena.
please
Thank
tag
you
us
very
so
much.
that we can
Now,
repost.
Yes,
Yeah.
thanks a lot.
All
definitely.
right. Thank you.
And
Definitely.
happy
Thank
Wednesday
Thank
to
you
all
very
of
much
you.
and a happy International Women's Day to each one
Yes.
of you.
I
Let's
would
live.
like to wish everyone
Thank
the
you.
same.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.